an astrology layout, the signs of the zodiac, witchcraft. My only child. Oh, I'm doing a sacrifice. People have skeletons in their closet. Oh, look, SJ came out. Is that offensive? Just a minor note here, I am straight. Oh, look, army shorts, but I'm not in the military. Is that offensive? Hey everyone, look what I'm having. A golden gay time. Oh, I must have offended Brian MC. One of the best ice creams. I might wash it down with a red skin. You know, the new name Red Ripper can be turned into a sexual term. You know, the old Red Ripper. Because cancel culture are a bunch of jerk-offs. Yep. You know, peeling a banana. That phrase can be seen as a sexual thing. Because you peel back. Might have a shot of tequila. But I'm not from Mexico. See, this type of thinking is what cancel culture go by. So they think it's a stereotype and racist that some Mexican restaurants have tequila or nachos and tacos and all that. How is that a stereotype? So the old El Paso ads with Denny Trejo. That's a stereotype, is it? I just thought it was just people having lunch, you know, a tradition, a part of their culture. And speaking of culture, how come Brian hasn't utilized this? The Mardi Gras and the Pride March, they're having a golden time. It's their time. It's the time of the gay, the lesbian, the transgender, the LGBTQTIA community. They're having their time. So, how is that offensive, Brian? The term gay means happy. And LG, the G is for gay, the L is for lesbian, the T is for trans, I, intergender. But where's the D for drag king and queen? There's no D. The LGBTQTIA, some are for the D. They love the D. the dragon, the drag queens, the drag kings. So where's the D? Cancel culture. They're ripping it. Look behind me. Lego Egypt. Is that racist? Is that a stereotype? Are the Egyptians offended that Lego have released sets based on and inspired Egypt? No, I reckon they'd see that and go, wow, thank you. Okay, what's accurate? What's inaccurate? Oh, they've just made a set inspired by the Great Pyramid of Giza. You got Anubis back there, an Egyptian god. You got Horus, an Egyptian god. Is that a stereotype? That's representing a culture, a historic feat of life and history. I'm not Egyptian. I love Egyptology. I love Lego. That's why that's there. All this is making me thirsty. Wait, I'm about to drink Captain Morgan rum. I'm not a captain. I'm not a pirate. I guess I've offended someone. You're too tired to carry me, hearty. Hey. The captain doesn't care? Oh, but if you've seen the channel before, you'll know he's not a real captain. Oh my gosh, how offensive! So, no one's cried offense to Oreos. Last year I mentioned the origins of that. They're not being changed, but there's alternatives. It's essentially the same cookie, but it's by a different company with a different name. The Yin Yang Bear. Or Harmony Bear. The Peace Bear. Yin Yang. Black and white. You know, there's equality, there's harmony right there. I guess Slipknot are offensive to the anti-mask wearers during COVID. Marilyn Manson's up there. He got blamed for the whole Columbine incident, tragedy. People blamed him. I listen to heavy metal. I listen to shock rock and goth. Am I going out of my way? Harming people? Nope. So, why did these people blame a musician? And they blamed fashion. Because trench coats were worn and they said, oh, these people were part of that culture. Oh, they're dangerous. No, they wore trench coats to hide their weapons. I've got some trench coats. I wear them because they're cool. They're part of fashion. And I love the Matrix. I shed my skin. Oh, I've offended snakes. The Ace of Spades card. It's a black spade. No one's complained about that. Spade is a type of shovel. It's a tool. It's also a offensive term. Cancel culture, I haven't mentioned that. Now, I'm not suggesting these be cancelled. I'm bringing up a point. So if I've struck a nerve and offended anyone, that wasn't my intention. Cancel culture are that stupid. They single out one thing. That, for instance, one person singled out this. Yeah, one person singled out that. There is an alternative to this. Same ice cream made by a different company called Summertime Delight. Because this is a delightful ice cream, and you have ice cream in the summer. But Brian was offensive. And there's been so many responses from gay people. And they say, so what? Hey, be proud. They're not offended. So, yeah, back to the Redskin. And renaming it Red Ripper. I think I'm probably the only one who's made that joke. The sexual term. Red Ripper being to, rip the red. See, I've ripped my skin. So, yeah, Brian. Offended, are ya? So, yeah, the Red Ripper. Hey, Brian. Now, I'm not homosexual. No. I've known LGBTQTI people. And they're respectful. They'll make you know. And you just say, hey, I'm not that way. So I guess the slogan for Twisties, life's pretty straight, is offensive. Because cancel culture are twisting up things, taking things out of proportion. So I guess fruit is offensive. I guess a banana is offensive. Starts off yellow, it's white underneath, and eventually goes black. You have a banana, you have two apples, two big red apples under the big banana. I guess that's offensive. I guess I'm being offensive to blue vein cheese. Coon cheese. They changed to Cheers. Coon was the founder's last name. Yes, it is also the same as a offensive term. So is Cracker Barrel offensive to Caucasians? Because cracker is a offensive term. It's the white person equivalent to the N word. I'm not offended when someone calls me cracker. because it's also a term for someone who tells jokes. It's also a type of biscuit. So I guess that makes Fred Durst the biggest cracker of all. Because cancel culture are a bit too limp. They're one-track minded, poorly educated, misinformed people. It takes one of them to try and make a difference. And then there's something, oh, people are offended because, and fear change. No, they're not fearing change. They're just sick and tired of this ridiculousness that's taken out of proportion. So, Dr. Seuss was banned because of Asian stereotypes. The pictures of the Asian people eating chopsticks, that's part of their culture. In some restaurants, it's offensive to use a knife and fork because it's a traditional cultural restaurant. How is it a stereotype? How is it racist when Chinese and Japanese, Asian in general, they invented it? That's their way of eating. And are we racist and stereotypes if non-Asian people use chopsticks? That's paying our respect. I've used chopsticks because I've wanted to know what's it like. It took a little while to get to learn them. And once I did, I enjoy it. You know, I do use a fork to eat rice because that takes skill to eat rice. Like, there's a certain way you put it together and scoop it. You know, have a dumpling with a chopstick, use it the right way. Hey, I'm getting cultivated. I'm at a Chinese restaurant. I want to experience their way of eating. 1% of them use knife and forks. In movies, there's some where you got a Chinese person eating with a knife and fork, and the person go, why are you using a knife and fork? And they're like, oh, just because I'm Chinese, it automatically means I should use chopsticks. That is calling out a stereotype. So, I enjoy Mexican cuisine. Am I racist or making a stereotype? Because I enjoy nachos, I like a burrito, I like tacos. And then that same old deal in movies. You know, someone, a Mexican or Hispanic person, is enjoying a hamburger. Someone goes, hey, why are you eating that? That's an American food, aren't you? And they're like, oh, just because I'm Mexican automatically means I should only eat Mexican food. South Park called that out in the Jennifer Lopez thing. So, yeah, a stereotype or offensive when Dr. Seuss had Chinese people eating with chopsticks. That's part of their culture. Same as the hats. You know, Raiden in Mortal Kombat wears one of those hats. And they wear those hats when they're farming in the rice fields. Because it's a really good way to protect from the sun. So how's that stereotype? It's only a stereotype if someone says, oh, shouldn't you blah blah, and then they say, just because I'm from this country, you automatically think I should. If people haven't gotten the point yet, you really, really need an education. If anything I have said have offended. I didn't intend for it. I'm just using it as a point. So I guess that's offensive. Oh, I'm putting my finger in a place. I guess that's what Pepe Le Pew was canceled for. Is this offensive? These are fake. You have to excuse, she's a bit hot-headed. Like cancel culture. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go leave a point. The Magnum ice cream shares the same name as a gun. I guess it promotes violence. And yeah, you saw, well, see the cover? Cracking chocolate. I cracked up. So, should change Cracker Barrel then. Cracking barrel. Like the barrel of a gun. A magnum. Need I say more? I'll scare you later.